150 to start his campaign. And now this is Mete Binay. Second attempt, 157. This to go a kilo ahead of Oleg Chen, who got 156.
Very routine left, don't you think?
Well, certainly this one was.
Looks like he could have done this for reps all day.
Well, we knew from the Turkish camp, Randy, that he was going to go for the record. He went for 157. He got that comfortably, but we'll talk about that more when we come back. Well, welcome back. A long way to go in these World Weightlifting Championships, and this is what we've got for you. Just one title at stake tomorrow, the women's 69 kilos, but I promise you that looks to be a really good fight. Well, they all do at the moment. Two titles at stake on Thursday, the 75 kilo women, and the likes of Svetlana Podobedeva, the world record holder from Kazakhstan, comes into action there. And then, of course, onto the weekend, finishing up with the super heavyweights. We've got about 2.5 minutes to go before we start the clean and jerk, and we'll be back for that after this.
Bon, je suis là pour encourager régulièrement. Je trouve que voilà, les images qu'on vient de voir, ce qui se passe dans les coulisses, c'est quelque chose d'exceptionnel. On va expliquer
Welcome back, Randy Strossen right alongside me. And Randy, well, was it over exuberant to go for 66? He looked as if he could handle the weight, and I guess looking at the opening attempts on the clean and jerk, they obviously thought that they needed the kilos as much as they needed the record.
I think so, David. I think, you know, first glance you'd say, was this man daft? Why did they take that increase? I think they felt out of necessity it was the only thing they could do, because they expected to lose ground, maybe order back to 210 kilos, you know, in the clean and jerk, and they said, drop the hammer on these guys in the snatch.
And just a footnote, you can see Dabaya down there in 20th place, and well, I fear the glory days are behind him now. I can't really see a way back for him. I really hope that he has a good second half here with the clean and jerk, but, you know, he's too far back to do anything special. I mean, I suppose I mean, if he pulls out a miracle jerk, I mean, there's always those medals to go for, but to be honest, life is against him at the moment. And here we go with the first attempt in the clean and jerk, and another man who's got a particular mission, because he carries the hopes of Armenia on his shoulder, because his teammate has actually failed all 3 snatch attempts, so it's all down to Mr. Grigorian from Armenia to put them on the map. 171 kilos for his first attempt, as proposed.
No. Oh, I'll tell you, there's me no joy in the Armenian camp. I'm glad I'm not eating dinner with them. Psyched out, you know, we've discussed this before. That is a psychological breakdown. It's not physical. His brain, the switch just went to off when it needed to say fire. And it's a scary thing going under the bar. You can imagine this, you know, 171 kilos was approximately, what, 375 pounds. This guy only weighs 69 kilos. He's got to pull himself under.
Yeah, that's Khalil of Turkey, who's also way down in 18th place. The people you really got to take note of here are people like Oleg Chen of Russia, Wu and Tang, and Binay, obviously.
We're seeing the changing of the guard, don't you think, David?
I think this field could look very different when we come to the Olympic Games. I don't think this is really illustrating the sort of competition we'll see in London for this weight class.
No, the guys who have been good aren't good tonight, at least.
Too many people around who could come in here, and they'll all be watching this and saying, right, this is a target, this is a category we can go for. So Grigorian trying to make good second time around with a minute to do it. Well, at least it's on his shoulders. And it's inexplicable why he could not have done that the first time.
Well, except there's that fear. I mean, it is a real thing. Your brain can just go, I'm not going to pull myself under this. I'm a reasonable human being. Why should I get crushed by close to 400 pounds? There are no spotters out there, no super suits, nothing. It's just the guy in the barbell. He gets under it, though. Got to work a little bit to stand up. Now the task is to elevate it overhead. He's going to use leg strength, transmit it up, bang, and then hold it at arm's length overhead. Boy, there you can see the alignment that's necessary to hold the bar. It's a beautiful shot.
So Khalil under some pressure, a bit like Dabaya when we see him. Dabaya is posted 175, the same as Mete Binay to open up, so we're not far away from seeing them. Also in that group, Sajud Barusi of Iran, Khasanov, Oleg Chen in there for Russia. The big hitters are the two Chinese boys, Wu and Tang, and also the Armenian who didn't get any of his snatches, Avetsisyan of Armenia, has posted 183 for his opener.
Look at his physique, and remember this as you watch guys who are going to be like string beans compared to him later in this class, outlift him by a lot. This guy's stocky, muscular.
Well, look what Binay, I mean.
Yeah, it's like a beanpole, right?
Binay snatches 157, Khalil only 138.
There's that questionable arm lock. In the snatches, he showed his elbows to the referee. They remember, and you can see here, we'll see it probably in slow motion if we see it from the front. His arms do not go straight when they are fully extended for him, and so he gets a little slack as far as the interpretation of the rules go, because it's purely anatomical in his case.
Well, that moves him up to 11th place with 311 kilos, but worth mentioning at this particular point, Mr. Won Yong-sik of Korea from the B group earlier today, who totaled up 326, and that is the leading total in the clubhouse at the moment. It will be surpassed, but there's a few to lift, and now you get the message here. Why did he go for 166? Because an extra 8 kilos is what they thought they would need to add to whatever he gets in the clean and jerk. And 173, and he's dropped a couple of kilos as well here from his entered first attempt, which was 175. So they're really trying to make sure he gets a total. The defending world champion.
Nefes.
Takes him on to 330, and he's now 5 kilos short of where he was winning the title last year. But of course, as I said, he was promoted after the men in gold and silver were disqualified for anti-doping infringements. Oleg Chen. Change of kit for the clean and jerk, and there now is that traditional Russian lifting suit.
A lot of times you'll see a lifter put a t-shirt on for the clean and jerk just because the bar's in contact with your skin and can slip around a little. That's why sometimes if a guy's lifting just a singlet, you see him putting chalk on his delts and throat area.
Well, 175, this weight is where he's expected to come out as well. And it's still on 175 for him to come. But this is the man who's in silver medal at the halfway stage. David Briggett on the right there.
You know, kind of interesting. Here we got two guys, gold and silver medal, right after the snatch, and they're among the weaker guys in the clean and jerk, right? They're starting really early.
Yeah, I mean, Chen, I suppose, you know, he's 22 years of age, so he's got time to actually work on leg strength.
Yeah, physically, I think looks like he's better built. I mean, first glance, you say he's better built for the clean and jerk than Benet, who's kind of a tall drink of water, you know, for the clean and jerk. You need to go up a body weight class or two.
Fixer, fixer, extension. Fixer, extension.
Well, moment of truth now. He's had quite a few moments of truth over the last 2 or 3 years. Here's another one. 175. He's got all the support he could ever wish for, but again, come on, Venceslas. Let's put the first one in, get the total, and then start enjoying this. Because I think he'll do better if he does. At the moment, there'll be a heck of a lot of tension inside him, because he hasn't had a total for a long, long time. Hasn't had a total since the Europeans in 2009. Not in a major championship. That was okay. Adjust the arms out. Punches up. It's not textbook, but does it get the job done?
Yeah, his lifts are never really gorgeous looking, and it's a matter of whether he gets the job done with a successful lift. Now, he's got that, so once again, you could say the good news is he's ahead of last year because he's on the board. The bad news is it's less weight than he was missing last year, if that's relevant. But very wide grip in that jerk. It's because he's not favored with, I think, tremendous natural lockout.
I think
punches through in that well. I'm sorry, David. Look at the head, you know, well forward. That's to get that alignment that we saw in that vertical shot a little earlier.
The truth is that the last couple of years, he hasn't accepted reality. Now he realizes where he can be, not necessarily where he wishes to be.
It was the reality OLD or something else, or who knows?
Hasanov, representing Azerbaijan, in 4th place at the halfway stage, bringing forward 150 kilos, 176 on the bar, kilo more than Dabaya.
No lift. We may continue. 176.
You know, just at the moment, you couldn't be quite sure where this championship's going to end up here. You know, okay, if the two Chinese lifters are true to the sort of performances they've been putting in the nationals and things, well, they could come steaming past pretty well everybody.
Boy, it was nice clean, but you know, you don't get partial credit here. It's the clean and jerk, and you got to do both parts to get the lift. He didn't, and he didn't.
So here's a man who took 2 out of 3 in the snatch phase, 140, 145 in 7th place. And that's
Hossein Rezadeh on the left and Kurosh Bagiri on the right.
The great super heavyweight who holds all the records.
Yeah, 91 kilo class, I think it was at that time. Might have been 94 already. Kurosh.
176 for his opener here. 10 seconds.
عجله نکن کمر چپ با بدن ها قیچی بلند سجاد.
Do you know something? I really like the way this man's going about his work.
Yeah, this is really kind of ugly looking beginning part of that jerk. I mean, when he goes into the split, you'll see him way over to his left side. At least that's my impression of it. We'll see it in slow motion. But the important thing is, you know, he tacks the bar, which is I think what you're responding to, which is really important. There it is, and makes a good lift. He's bouncing back from a drug suspension, right? I think from the time that I think all but 2 members of the reigning team were positive, and that could have been the kiss of death for his career, but he's come back.
Well, he lifted in 2009. That's the last time I can remember seeing him in Goyang. It was the same year when he got a junior world bronze as well. So, actually, you know, they should be pretty happy with him. He's got a 321 at the moment as a total. And Hassanov out for 176. Second attempt. So Barouzi of Iran actually up to 6th overall at the moment.
Remember, let's watch the jerk. Easy clean last time.
Well, he may have got that, and that's fine. But, you know, again, let's put this in perspective. Wong Yong-sik of Korea, 182 in the B group earlier today. He tried 185. That would have been interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been really interesting, because that's only 5 kilos short of the world record in clean and jerk.
Ekrem City from Turkey for a second attempt of 167 kilos.
But that 182, Randy, is going to take a few scalps here, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so if he works on his snatch, or if he can make some serious progress.
What, he had a 140. You see, he tried a 140. He got a 144. He didn't get the 147.
Yeah, and that 47 would have made a big difference. Yeah. Guy, that's a name to remember then.
Well, 329 would have put him on the edge of the A final group, and now this is Shalil, 177. So 4 kilos up. He's looking for 315 at the moment. The leader is Oleg Chen of Russia with 331. In second place, Mete Binay, Turkey, 330. And Hassanov in bronze.
Yeah, boy, look at those arms. See,
I wonder whether you could give that.
well, I think if the bar had
You see, I don't think you could.
I'm sorry, well, he didn't hold the weight, but
Yeah.
had he held it in that position,
Yeah.
I think they might have passed it, because it becomes unclear exactly how
Yeah.
straight do the arms go. They just have to extend for him. But therein you see the problem with crummy arm lockout. He's got to hold the weight on muscular strength, whereas if you have actual lockout, it becomes bone and bone. See, his arms are bent. This is all triceps and delt strength. It's like doing a press. And a jerk, you drive the weight up, then it's supported bone on bone throughout your whole body.
So the bar for the defending world champion has gone up to 177. 4 kilo increase here to take him to 334. He needs every kilo he can get. Should we have press outs?
Yeah, I don't really think it should matter. I think you just get the bar overhead. Just like, you know, who cares about the elbow catch on a clean? You know, it's
As long as you get it locked out.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage to have to press it out.
Yeah. It's a constant discussion on just about every agenda, isn't it?
Yeah.
Şimdi evet iyi doldur ciğerleri. Tamam.
It was close. You could see him adjust by sliding his hands well out to the ends, toward the ends of the bar after he'd cleaned the weight. That's to try to make up for not such great lockout. And also, actually, it shortens the physical distance that the bar's got to go up above one's head.
And that 177 is a kilo more than the 3 failed attempts he had in the Europeans at 176.
Yeah.
That's why they had to do what they were doing, which was to go in there for 173 to make sure they got a total.
Yeah.
But now you see, you can imagine what would happen if they had
You can see the abrasion from the light knurling. Even though it is light, the knurling in the center of the bar, you can see it chewing up his throat.
I was going to say, with Mete Binay, had I got that world record in the 8 kilos back, he'd be sitting on 338 now.
Yep.
That's still not guaranteed to win him the title, but
it would have been a lot better than where he is right now.
Well, you know, the chances are he's not going to make the podium, the overall podium.
Yeah.
Still got 2 guys who are yet to come out on 183, and if they perform to that level, we could have an attack on the clean and jerk world record. So Khalil has to go again at 177. This is for a total of 315. 2002. He'd have done 330 comfortably.
No. Look, just dips and straightens out his legs violently to drive the bar up, and then the task is to get the body under, and that's usually done by splitting the feet front and back.
And Jalili, sort of, to me, is he arriving now at that point at which every sportsman and sportswoman arrives at eventually, which is you have to decide really whether, you know, you can go any further or whether this is the time.
Yeah, let's be brutal. I think his body's not perfect for the sport. He's doing really, really well with what he's got.
Now, can he, for the moment at least, get into the lead by going 334, which would put him back into overall first place? Well, all congratulations to him, because he really worked to that.
He stuck that, and something I hadn't noticed on earlier attempts, watching the slow-mo, watch when he gets ready to jerk, you'll see the bar is only on the very tips of his fingers, which works, but it psychs a lot of people out to even think about doing that. They think they need to have a death grip on the bar. Let's see if we get a close-up when he gets ready to dip and drive on the jerk. Nice success, though, for him. Okay, he's going to clean the bar. It's on his shoulders. Now watch. And look at his fingertips and see where the bar is.
So Mr. Gregorian out now for 178. Decent increase this, 7 kilos. And, well, the lights went out on the first attempt, and they went out again. He had a power failure on the third attempt.
Power failure, I like that. We know about those from real experience here, huh?
Well, I think you, from your home country of America, where you invented the word outage.
Yeah, we probably did.
That was an outage.
Yeah.
Kilos is being prepared. Cleaning the barbell, making sure.
So Dabaya prowling, but actually at the moment Wu Chao of China, who has dropped down from 183 to 180 for this second attempt. So again, he's modified. Maybe that's to do with the warm-up. Or it could well be their observation of what's going on in the competition. And their observation could be, well, we were 5th at halfway. We were 7 kilos off the lead. We can make that up now pretty quickly, but we don't have to go mad with the first attempt. Let's get the total. It's for 330 to put him right in the mix. And of course the lead in the clean and, or the third place I should say, in the clean and jerk.
Yeah, right. I think that's maybe exactly what they're thinking, David, because this put them in bronze medal position in both the jerk and the total. Maybe they're thinking, hey, let's, you know, get that and start trailing the guys who are ahead.
Well, I keep thinking about, you know, Yong-Sik Wong, who lifted 182, and the Frenchman, Bernardine Kinga-Matam, who actually lifted 181. And he did 3 out of 3 in the clean and jerk. And, you know, the bar's on 180, and those 2 guys from the B group are still ahead of everybody.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, suddenly I was thinking, oh, 180 is going to go in the lead. No, we got these 2 guys from the B group who did awfully well.
2 guys here still haven't opened, though.
No, I know.
Whoa.
Yeah, he didn't mess around, did he?
Whoa, rugged, clean, you know. So for him, it's not really the jerk. Maybe his limits on the clean and jerk are just as simple as how much can he stand up with. It might just be sheer leg strength. I think if you got to pick something to work on, that's it, because anyone can get stronger legs.
Okay, so if you were coaching him and leg strength was the issue, what sort of routine would you be putting him into?
I'd tell him to squat. It's really simple.
Yeah, but you say that. Just elaborate a bit.
Well, it's like Norbert Chemansky would say, just squat more, because you can grind out squats. It's not like fast twitch muscle fibers, which you either have or you don't. Squatting, you can just, you know, be a grinder and beat yourself to stand up with more weight.
Okay, Mr. Dabaya, can you put yourself back in the 180s? You're down at 313 at the moment, 12th overall, from 20th at halfway stage, so things are getting a little better. They get a whole lot better if you could do this, because you'd pull yourself up into the top 10.
This place will go nuts if he makes this.
Well, I'd like to think that he will.
Oh, they should have done that.
Well, I thought the first part, the clean, was good.
Yeah, for him, the thing is the jerk, and it's erratic. Part of it is because he has to jerk with his hand so wide. If we have slow motion from the front, watch his hand position relative to the snatch marks, and I don't think it looks like his hands are evenly spaced. Not that that probably made the critical difference on that lift. But once again, he's not built perfectly, I don't think, for the jerk phase of the lift. Cleans the weight easily, and then it's got to be a heartbreaker. The jerk is always an iffy proposition. Okay, let's watch his hands if we're in close. When he moves them out for the jerk, you can't really see it. The snatch mark is the frame of reference, but I maintain that I think it's his left arm is quite a bit more extended than the right.
Now, as you said, there's 2 men still to come, but of course one of them can't get a total. Abetisian of Armenia could get some clean and jerk on us, but in terms of overall, he's not in it. Tang, though, of China most certainly is, because he was 3rd at halfway with 155 and only 2 kilos off the pace. So he has the chance to really close up. But Dabaya now, Dabaya just to take his 3rd. And who knows, this might be his last championship attempt.
Interesting comment. Yeah, I think you could be right, David.
Well, if it is, let's really go for this now. Put everything into it.
Oh, well.
Not to be, sadly. And he's left on 313 kilos. The heady days for Dabaya. He would lift 338, but well into the 330s consistently. But the competition must move on now, and the one man who hasn't started, who still has an opportunity to win this title, is Tang Deshang, the 20-year-old Chinese competitor. And here he comes in a moment. He's actually out on the stage now. Here he goes. First attempt. Now, these 2 Chinese boys at the national championships lifted 188 kilos. Now, that is only 2 kilos short of the clean and jerk world record. This is for 336 to put him in the overall lead. Which he has done, but he only goes third in the clean and jerk because of the two men, Wong and Kingumatam of France, who still lead the clean and jerk. Wong because he's got 182, Kingumatam because he's lighter in body weight than Tang. And the bar still sitting on 181 for Hasanov, who'll be the next man out. Feet in line, finishes off the lift. And Hasanov with 181. So this is a 5 kilo increase to take Hasanov into the 331 range. Not to be. He was pitching for a medal in the clean and jerk, but he's ended up here on 326, which currently leaves him in 5th place. Quite a tough clean, but not the strength overhead. Sajid Barusi now coming out to take 182. This is his second attempt, and this is a 6 kilo increase, which would take him to 327, and we're moving up into 1st place in the clean and jerk, and that's because of his lighter body weight than Wong from the B group, and it would also put him up into 5th place overall in the championship. And he's still got 1 attempt. Well, that was his second attempt. He has got 1 more go at it, and as he was doing that, the news has come from the warm-up room that Vanik Avatizian of Armenia is not going to take any further part in this competition, so he doesn't get anything out of the evening, and we're left with Oleg Chen of Russia, who is the next man in. Here he is, Oleg Chen, going for 182. Now Chen is also lighter than the current leader in the clean and jerk, Wong of Korea. So this will put him into gold medal position both in the clean and jerk and in the total. 2 kilos to take him to a total of 338, and that's 2 kilos ahead of Tang, who still has 2 attempts left, like his teammate Wu. No, he didn't get it onto the shoulders, and he's left in the overall silver medal position, but out of the medals in the clean and jerk. So it's all come down to 2 Chinese lifters, really. There is, of course, Mr. Beruzi from Iran to take his 3rd attempt, and the bar's on 182. The 2 Chinese lifters don't want this. They've gone to 183. So Beruzi, who's currently on 321, 6 kilos to take him to 327. He can't win an overall medal, but if he does this, he will guarantee himself a medal in the clean and jerk, because the other 2 Chinese boys may overtake him, but he can't be worse than 3rd in the clean and jerk, and that would be some achievement for Iran if he can get a bronze medal out of this. Big moment. Just the weight getting into him there. 182, it's a really big weight compared to what he's been taking on in competitions until now. So sadly for him, he stays down in 9th place overall. And he's made 3 out of 6, which is a 50% average or 50% score for the evening. So in gold medal position at the moment, it is Tang Deshang of China with 336. His teammate Wu is only in 4th place because Chen of Russia has got 336 as well. But at the moment, it's Tang who's in the lead because he's got the lighter body weight. And this is Wu for 183. Now this would put him to 333, leading in the clean and jerk, but he'd still be out of the overall medals. But he does have a 3rd attempt to come. So this is step by step. The 2 Chinese lifters, both 20. Relative rookies at this level of competition. Brings that right foot forward, holds steady. 3 white lights surely coming his way for that. Indeed they do, and pushes him to 333. So he now leads the clean and jerk rankings. He's in the gold medal position.
Still ready for the 2nd attempt of Tang Deshang from China. Both of these Chinese athletes are junior.
So out comes Tang to take exactly the same weight. Now it's just worth mentioning that Won here of Korea, who lifted in the B group, is going to get a medal because he's in 2nd place on 182. He can be pushed down to 3rd, but not further. So Tang gets a 3 kilo increase, and that takes him to 339.
Moving over the veterans or the seniors, as we may call them, 184 kilos for Tang Deshang in his 3rd attempt. I am almost certain that this number will change. He has 2 minutes.
Well, this is going to be pretty fascinating now to see how these 2 boys fight this out. If we look at the scoreboard at the moment, 5 kilos between them. The lighter is Wu. And the bar has gone to 185, Wu. Now, if Wu takes this, then there's a sort of acceptance here. This would 2 kilos. This would only take Wu up to 335, and Tang, his teammate, has got 338. Wu, of course, the lighter, so he's in the gold medal position in the clean and jerk. So we know this is a Chinese victory. Overall, Tang can't really be touched. It's all about the clean and jerk medals that remain at the moment. But the significance of this is that Wu will enhance his position in the clean and jerk, but 2 kilos more will lift him from 4th to 3rd in the overall. Very deep split. Steps forward on that 4-meter platform, but he's held it together. 3 white lights coming his way, and he enhances his advantage in the clean and jerk.
These two junior competitors, both from China.
Well, it looks as if we're not going to have an attack on the world record. It's not necessary, but this is Wu really working hard. Adjust the hands. Look at the bounce there. Steady. The bar should be motionless. Very deep split. Brings that right foot forward. Still has to take a couple of steps, but manages it. Feet in line and still, and gets the lift. So, he's won the title. This is 186. 3 kilos more to give him a total of 341. And he's surely done that. And Tang Deshang, the junior world silver medalist of last year, becomes senior world champion with a total of 341 kilos. And China finally, after a few wobbles, get a men's victory here, with in second place overall Oleg Chen of Russia, and then Wu Xiao of China getting the overall bronze. As far as the clean and jerk medals are concerned, it's gold to Tang, it's silver to Wu, and the bronze, well, that has gone to Won Yong-sik of Korea, 182 kilos, lifted in the B group earlier on, and well done to him for that. So really well executed finale there by Tang. Well, Randy, at the end of the day, the Chinese have had a few misfortunes. Finally, have got a title here in the men's 69 kilo group. But my quick observation about this is, as far as London 2012 is concerned, this one's up for grabs.
Yeah, I think, David, you know, we talked about this idea of the changing of the guard. I think we saw evidence for that, clear evidence in this class. The other thing that's come up earlier, too, is the amount of depth that the Chinese team has, and we're also seeing indications of that in this class.
So there you can see Tang, 6 out of 6, so he gets the reward, just like Sarukaiva earlier today, 186, and wins the clean and jerk gold. Wu, look at Won there from the B group in Korea, 182. That was a good performance. And look at the other man from the B group there from France. You could argue, why wasn't he in tonight's final? That's Matam, Kingin Matam. That's a very good result for him. And Oleg Chen of Russia in the top 5. And, well, you can see I was talking about the Frenchman, Dabaya, way down there at 175 kilos. And I wonder whether this championship is his swan song, because I mean, he's not going to get an Olympic place, and the big hopes for France have now switched from Dabaya to Benjamin Hennequin, who you'll be able to see on Friday with us in the men's 85 kilo class.
You know, and I wonder, was Hennequin possibly inspired by Dabaya, and is that the natural cycle now, and is that something that the French weightlifting fans can take heart in?
I think it's inevitable in any team. You need targets, and in the Chinese team, Tang has now set himself up at the target. 341, it's not a bad total by any means, but if you look back at people like Shi Yong, who won it with 345, if you go back to Boevski's era, 357.